I'm Edders, and 8 months ago I created a video proposing different arguments against both the anti-Israel and the pro-Israel lobbies. In this video I'm going to be talking about my own views on the conflict and my own views on a solution to the conflict. Firstly, I believe that two states is the only, a state for the Jewish people and a state or two states for the Palestinian people is the only solution. There is not going to be, one state is not feasible. I think this is something that both Palestinians and Israelis can agree on. I think that as the Jewish state, it gives, in Israel, it gives Israelis and Jews a place where they can fulfill self-determination. And it is the same due process that I justify Israel's existence as I would justify Palestinian's existence. That is, a people deserve the right to self-determination. The Jews have it in Israel, and Palestinians deserve it in Palestine. As a resolution to the conflict, I do see the dismantling of the settlements, whether this be through the settlers moving back into Israel and housing and accommodation and infrastructure being set up for them in Israel, in the land of Israel, or them being assimilated and becoming Palestinian citizens in the future. Either one of these solutions is perfectly fine. It should, I think that it should be the second one. I think if settlers wish to continue their inhabitants in Palestine, that's fine, but they are going to be under the Palestinian Authority and they must accept that authority. They cannot be protected by the sovereignty of Israel. They do not live on Israeli land. And yet, for some reason, there is a loophole in which Israel controls the little pockets of areas that settlers live on because they're Jewish. And that's like Israel saying sections of New York are now under Israeli sovereignty because Israel has control over every city where Jews congregate. That is ridiculous. As for the status of Jerusalem, it is a tough question, but I do think it should be a shared capital. I think the East is certainly has more Palestinian heritage. However, the West of Jerusalem has definitely been built up by Israel. And the old city needs to remain neutral. It's too religiously extreme. It's too temperamental. It's too touchy to be redividing the old city. The system that they have in place now is perfectly fine. I think with the right of return, there is an element where Israel is responsible for the families of the people who were expelled in the creation of the State of Israel. However, I also believe that the Arab League and several Arab countries are responsible to the families as well, because historical facts state that people left because they were told to leave. And I'm not saying it falls solely on the Arab leaders, I'm not saying it falls solely on Israel, but certainly, and I don't think it should be right of return to Israel. I think if these people are Palestinian, they may be compensated for their losses, certainly, or they have the right of return to their own state, which would be Palestine. I don't think anyone would not allow that. There's certainly no issue with Palestinians returning to Palestine, a Palestinian Authority area.